What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Two British Nerds, man. It's been a long time. What's going on?
Hey, what's good, everyone?
Yeah, man, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Just been trying to catch up on my TV shows. All the shows are back.
Yeah.
Catching up on my comics. It's been good, man. Oh, my gosh. I just saw The Flash.
See, I need to watch The Flash because I've never seen it, man. I know I keep saying I need to watch it, but I just need to find time to just catch up, man.
How about Arrow?
No, I've never seen the Arrow. I've never watched Arrow as well.
How about Gotham?
I dropped off at episode 4.
How about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, I watched S.H.I.E.L.D., man.
Oh, you finally watched it? Okay.
I just caught up with it today. I watched episode 1 and 2, and I actually watched last week. What was it? The Player. So starring Mr. Wesley Snipes, man. It's a pretty good show. The same producers.
Some of the shows are back. Summer's over, so it's time for just staying and watching TV.
So it was cool. Like the same producers that produced The Blacklist have done the Player. So it started off really good. I need to watch episode 2. So I'm gonna watch that literally either today or tomorrow. But yeah, it was it's been a lot to catch up on, man, especially yesterday's comics, man. There was loads that came out. Loads, man. I picked up.
Why don't you tell us about it, man? Well, what did you pick up?
Boy, I picked up Secret Wars issue 6, Doctor Strange number 1, Amazing Spider-Man number 1, Invincible Iron Man number 1, Avengers issue 0, Contest of Champions, Old Man Logan issue 5. So that's the end of Old Man Logan Secret Wars event, but then he'll be getting his ongoing book. I believe in November. I think it's in November or early next year. I picked up What If Infinity issue 1. Haven't read that yet. But yeah, I picked up loads. Oh yeah, and of course I picked up Paper Girls as well. And I was looking forward to getting that book. Did you pick it up?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Did you pick up anything?
I picked up Omega Man, Cyborg. I think that's it so far. I was hoping to read Cyborg today, but I didn't get a chance to. But I read Omega Man.
Yeah.
A fantastic book there.
No, it was a pretty big day yesterday, man. A lot of there were so many books. When I went into Forbidden Planet, because I went there around 12 in the afternoon, right? They must have overstocked or had so much stock of all the Marvel number 1s. So there was there's tons. There was tons and tons and tons and tons of comics for people to go around. I was lucky to get there was a few copies left actually of one of the covers I wanted, so I got the Sarah Priscilla cover for Invincible Iron Man issue 1. So I was basically happy, man. Picked up a lot of number 1s. Yeah, man, it was a big day for Marvel yesterday because even though Secret Wars is still running, and Secret Wars issue 6 came out yesterday, Marvel have released their number 1s. What's good is when you're reading these number 1s now, they don't actually tell you. Well, they kind of give you little hints and drops of what might have happened after Secret Wars for things to be the way they are. So they drop you little hints. There's little twists. There's little Easter eggs from the Secret Wars events that are placed into the books. So it's not like, in a sense, when you're reading these number 1s, you still see a continuation from Secret Wars. So it's nice how they basically put that in without spoiling it, spoiling basically the storyline for the fans out there. So just to give you just like a quick rundown of the books and what basically they were, how they were, because I did enjoy. I will say this though, one thing I've actually enjoyed about all these comic books being, or the number ones being Avengers, Invincible Iron Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Contest of Champions is basically, right? When you're reading these books, the first thing you actually see more people of color in the comic books. So you see a lot of black characters, even in the background, or just people in the background, or even some of the main characters, basically, which is really cool. So you see literally a lot of black characters throughout the whole book. And I was like, whoa, man! Like, I was like, whoa, like, it's nice to see more diversity now in the comic scene. So I think with Marvel now, it's a thing of where they're probably going to do this more on a regular basis because, like I said, you'll see more black characters and people of like ethnic origin, like from black, light skin, mixed race, Chinese, and so forth in all of these books that I picked up. So it was nice to basically see that. Like, for example, that's the first book I'm going to review is a quick review. It's basically Contest of Champions. So if you've played the game, basically you get your team versus another team, and the strongest, toughest team in a sense wins. The reason I picked this book up was because my friend plays the game, and I looked at the front cover, and I was like, pretty nice. So I just casually flicked through it because I didn't when these books were getting reviewed and there were people giving that online they were showing you the previews and stuff. I didn't watch any of the previews. I just wanted to basically go into the comic book store and just off Forbidden Planet and just buy them, and just read them myself. So the first thing you see basically, it says you see a black character in the first page, and I was like, I'm buying this, man. This is different. So it's basically this character here. It's he goes by the name of Nigel Higgins, and he's the British Black Punisher. So in a sense, he looks up to the Punisher and fights crime in the UK. Same scenario. Like I believe his family and kids were taken and killed off, and then he becomes the Punisher in the UK. So he basically wears a black hat, black jeans, black t-shirt. His skull is the logo for the skull in his chest is gold, and it's nice to see basically a character like that, that was introduced, I believe, in 1991, had 12 appearances in the Marvel 616 universe, come back, in this reboot to basically do something. So he's very cool, he's cocky, he's very funny as well. But it's nice to see that in the first couple of pages you get introduced to something, you introduce to more diversity in this Marvel comic book, which is Contest of Champions issue 1. So it's a pretty cool book. The artwork is really nice. The storyline is I liked it, man. I mean, it's by Al Elwing. You got Paco Medina doing the artwork, but he's walking down the street now. Higgins, he gets taken up, and he finds himself with more Marvel characters. He finds that the team that he's on, and he's trying to survive in a sense. So that's what's really good about, I guess, for me. That's what's good for me, I guess, when reading all these comic books that I read literally yesterday, is like just to see more diversity basically in the comic industry in itself. But if you're a fan of Contest of Champions, you play the game. It's a really good comic book. Like I said, the artwork is nice. The storyline's very good, and it's just basically, if you want to see people just fighting each other, hero versus hero, it's it's pretty nice. And then what's really nice is you see there's actually a cameo from one of the characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that makes an appearance in the Contest of Champions. And I was like, whoa. So it's pretty nice how they've thrown that in. But overall, it's a very, very good book. It's kind of funny, very lighthearted, has a bit of comedy in it, and it's really, really good. You know, it's a good book if you basically want to just get into it. Like I said, if you're a fan of the game, then you'll love this book. But you know, there's certain characters that I've seen, like the character that I've seen, for example, one of the characters in here, which is the Grey Hulk, which I haven't seen in a very, very long time. So there's a lot of nice characters in this first issue, all confused to what and how they got here. But it's a very, 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 very happy to see, like I said, people of color in the books, and to see more diversity. So that's Contest of Champions issue 1. That's a very, very cool book. The next one is Invincible Iron Man, and this book has been, it's been buzzing around for a very long time. It's written by, I can't forget, Brian Michael Bendis, artist David Marcos. Sorry. I actually did love this book because for me, I'm not an Iron Man fan, but the storyline in this got me hooked. Because when I found out what the storyline was about, I thought, well, this is basically going to cause a lot of, this will cause like a Civil War Part 2 down the line with Marvel. Because I can see a big event coming out of this one issue, which is amazing. What I like about the book also is, like I said, at the first, when you turn the first page, you see a black dude just chilling there. So again, you're seeing more people, you're seeing more color, like more diversity in the Marvel scene, which is pretty cool. What's really nice as well is you get introduced to, again, a different Iron Man suit. So I'm not going to spoil it, what the suit does, but it's a completely different suit to what he had previously. It looks nice. The way he's engineered it is pretty much literally amazing. It is really amazing. It looks really, really, really cool. It looks like a very, very teenage type of Iron Man suit. It looks pretty cool, man. I love it. Then you basically get introduced to, a new character that people knew about, which is basically Friday. So we all know back in the comics, you had Jarvis as Tony Stark's butler, which then obviously in the movies got turned into his AI. So Friday basically is someone that he actually is an official. She was officially made like in the early Iron Man comics, but I can't remember literally what about. But it was literally like the early Iron Man comic book. She was introduced, so she was there to basically help Tony about, but she was never really used as his main AI. So just in case you guys are thinking about it, she's not made up. She is actually from the comic books. What's nice about this book is you get introduced to a more different side of Tony Stark. He has more. He seems like very, very, even though he's like egotistical self, he has like a different persona, a more smoother, like 007 personality. So he's nice, calm, and smooth, which is amazing. You actually see him in it being kind and like being himself. And I was like, raw, Tony Stark having a conscience for once. Like it's like a whole take on Tony Stark, which is pretty cool. The artwork is amazing. It's just I was hooked onto it just from when I heard what the storyline was about. When I heard one word, and I was like, whoa, this is like this is nuts, you know. So I'm really really happy, literally to have. I'm really happy about this book because it seems like it's just you know, it's so good. One thing that obviously people were talking about was the ending of the last page, and that's the thing that got me like, whoa. So I know it's been spoiled. I know comic book resources must have spoiled it already because I saw it being tweeted online, and I thought, ah, man, come on, the book just came out. But it's when you go to the last page, if you're gonna be like, whoa, what's going on? Because it kind of ties in, I guess, with what's happening in Secret Wars, but it hasn't happened yet. But it's happened already in the book, so it's nuts because it's like Secret Wars is gonna. What you're reading now, I guess, is 8 months later after Secret Wars. So what's basically happening right now hasn't officially happened in Secret Wars. Is number one. So you're kind of like left with puzzles to figure out. But it is a mad. It's a mad one. When you see the last page, you'll be like, okay, what's going on? But it's an amazing book. Like out of all the books I picked up, it was the one that pretty much surprised me, to be honest. So it was a pretty cool book. The next one I'm gonna do is one of my favorites. I was looking forward to was Doctor Strange issue 1, and I picked up the the hip hop variant, which is a big homage to Nas. So Doctor Strange, the Mystic, you know, written by Mr. Jason Aaron himself, and the artist Chris Batchelor. So Doctor Strange obviously is this book is out due to the movie being out next year. So just a quick summary of Doctor Strange. He was an egotistical surgeon that lost his ability to perform when he had a car accident. Found out about a certain mystical character called the Ancient One. Went over there, got initiated after going through certain trials, and find out what an egotistical maniac he used to be in his old ways. And then after he was initiated, his hands came back and he became the master of the dark mystical arts. And from there, he actually deals with the supernatural, demons, entities, fighting on parallel universes. He can astral project, he can mind control, he can teleport, he can destroy anything with a click of his fingers. He is the most powerful magician in the Marvel universe. And, you know, I can understand from Doctor Strange being a dark character in his own ways why they would get someone like Jason Aaron, because he's very good at, you know, pulling off, I guess, these dark storylines. Like, for example, Original Sin was pretty much dark, so it kind of suited that tone. So yeah, it's it's a very, very, this Doctor Strange is not like the Doctor Strange you would have picked up in Stan Lee's run. He's more serious. He's like a bit more darker, lazy. He's not really like, from reading this book, he's not really like the master of the mystical arts. He's sort of just, it's like he's struggling or he's dealing with something. He's very like laid down. He seems a bit more, I guess, a bit more darker than he is, because usually Doctor Strange, he's not really a dark. I mean, the tone of his surroundings is dark because he deals with dark stuff. But he's a very like, he's powerful, but he's very cocky and very friendly. But it seems like they're going for a very like a Doctor Strange who's still going through his own psycho, I guess, trauma, and he's still going through things in this book. So I guess it's kind of he's dealing with a lot of stuff that's messed him up, I guess, emotionally. That's not letting him basically go through and become the master of the mystical arts. But I will say this: it is a very good book. It has the touch of comedy. It has all the esoteric values. For example, it mentions all the metaphysics. It mentions like it mentions basically everything that you would think of Doctor Strange. So you see the entities, you see demons, you see monsters, you see the wisecrack jokes. It's a very good. It's very well written. From what I can see, they're going for a different tone of Doctor Strange, which is a very, very more serious, a serious tone, a serious Doctor Strange than previously, which is, I guess, is good because he is a very, very dark character. What I like about the book is also, if you don't know about Doctor Strange and you don't want to basically read the volumes to find out his origin story, the first panel or the first page tells you his origin story within the first page. The artwork is very colorful. It goes literally with the tone that Jason Aaron writes with. You do see dark aspects to this book because, like I said, he's a dark character. He does deal with dark magic, black magic, and so forth. You see a very more serious, cockier Doctor Strange than you would previously before. He actually looks. What I realized about this book is right, and I'm comparing him to in Secret Wars. He looks much younger. He looks much younger, like very, very young. So, I'm just trying to figure out: is it a different Doctor Strange? Is it time travel, or did he basically, did he do something for him to be young? Because he looks like, he looks young. Which is cool. Again, what's really nice, in this Doctor Strange comic, again, you get introduced to more people more people of literally of color again. So you get introduced to if I can find him, Dr. Voodoo, the shaman, and one of the characters actually just asks him for help. I believe she's black, a black woman that asks him for help. So it's you get to see a lot of diversity and a lot of I guess again you've seen a lot more diversity, a lot of more cultural influences in these comic books now, namely Doctor Strange. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a good book, man. Like, if you're a Doctor Strange fan like myself, you like it. If you're new to Doctor Strange and you want to get into it because obviously the movie's coming out and so forth, and it's a good way to start. One good thing about these number ones is it gives you guys an opportunity to jump onto new comics. So take your fancy, man. Pick and literally get into it. But that's my. I've got some more comics, but I guess that's my three. If you've got any you wanna, talk about, any of the three that I have that you've looked up or you've read.
Well, I've sort of caught up on my books.
Yeah.
I was catching up on my Angel and Buffy. I still got a lot of things to catch up on those books. I'm about a couple of issues behind. But what we want to sort of briefly talk about is Omega Man. This is the 5th issue of Omega Man, a fantastic series. We all know that book was only supposed to be for 12 issues, and then they cut it to about, I think, 7 or 8 issues, and a lot of fans were like, "Look, DC, you promised us 12 issues. What's the deal? I mean, why are you cancelling it so early?" And this book is actually really good. So if you're gonna break your promise, at least give us, just one, what you promised us, isn't it? At least give us what you promised, instead of cancelling the whole series. So DC they've bent the knee and said, yeah, okay, well, we'll give you guys the full 12 issues which we promised you in the beginning. So everyone's happy, joy. I'm over the moon because I have enjoyed this series from the beginning. I even spoke about the first issue on the show a couple of months back, and it's carrying on from how the Omega Men are. They're still kind of the story is still kind of quiet in telling us what's happening or whose side the Omega Men are on. Now, this book is, well, this book in particular, issue 5. We find the Omega Men in Groot's planet, and with Groot, his sort of planet, his people, they're pretty much institutionalized, whereas they believe everything to do with the religion, and their religion is the end all be all, and everything is like, they believe that Groot he's a heretic, he's apostate, he's someone who has abandoned his faith. But he's told them that, look, I left this planet because I exposed all the corruption in which the clergy, like the ministers and the I guess
priests and stuff,
the priests and that, how they were extorting money from the people. They still, and he exposed it. He told them, he was like, look, I even gave you guys the proof, but they still were throwing stones at him. Well, they weren't throwing stones at him, they were throwing like shit on him. And he was saying that because like Brute, he's made of stone, or he's made of like really hard. He's like, I don't know what sort of skin he has, but his skin is really tough. And I think his religion has a lot of respect for stones, because they sort of use a stone as like a you know what people, like a monument, what people pray to. So they use that. So he was like, at least they didn't throw stones at me, because stones are kind of sacred on the planet, but they're throwing shit on him. So he's like, well, whatever. Anyway, so now one of their faiths, that what they believe in, is that there's this like huge like stone, and it's an unbreakable stone. And they said that if anyone's able to break the stone, then they're absorbed of all their sins. And there's like a key inside the stone. So what the Omega Men are trying to do is they're trying to use Brute to break the stone and to absorb themselves away from they're kind of like top criminals in the universe. So they have said that, okay, well, we want this key to absorb us, because we've kidnapped the princess.
No.
Yeah, so what's it? Yeah, so the Omega Men want Brute to destroy the stone so that he can sort of absorb the Omega Men. And because this planet is like it's really a sacred planet. They can't, like, it has like a treaty in the universe where there can't be any violence. So in the last issue, the previous issue, the Omega Men kidnapped the princess. That issue was one of the best comics I've ever read this year alone. It had this sequence of when they were kidnapping the princess. But anyway, that's the previous issue. But this issue, they kidnapped the princess, and the princess was like, she's the princess of this society who's like colonizing different planets. So they're like the major powers in the universe. So what they did was they kidnapped the princess, and they wanted to sort of, they still haven't revealed what the Omega Man's plan is, but they're trying to absolve themselves from their crimes, and they need this key which is locked in the stone, in which they want Brute to destroy the stone. So it's really, really complicated, but it's really intriguing, and there's so much commentary in there that it's like, this is sort of book that I've always wanted in ages, because even though it's based in space, there's so much aliens, but there's so much like amazing undertones to it where you can sort of relate to it if you understand how the world operates currently, and how people are sort of like sold off, or people are sort of people sort of sell out their people for money, how people use politics to better themselves, how people use capitalism. It's really is an amazing book, and I just can't stop talking about it, because there isn't that much people reading it, and like the people that are reading it, they're very, very vocal. People like me, people that's going on Twitter, people on Tumblr, they say Omega Man, Omega Man, Omega Man, but just not enough people are reading it. Everyone just wants to read Batman. So, I just gotta say this, people should be reading Omega Man. So that's the one book I just really wanted to talk about.
Oh, see. I'm probably gonna get that on. I'll probably get it on trade when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up the trade. It's definitely a book I want to put on my shelf, because I think because the writer, I don't know if he told you, he used to be a secret agent. He's the one that's writing Grayson. He was a CIA agent or something. And like the first issue, he was saying that he's been through a similar situation, or he's sort of had that. So he got the idea from somewhere.
Yeah.
So imagine that. So like, I'll definitely have to pick up Omega Man. And he said that he when the book first came out, they did say that the book was only going to run for for 12 issues. So it's good to have a little, have it just there as like to sit nicely on your shelf, on your bookshelf. Yeah, it's written by Tom King and art by Barnaby Bagenda. So Omega Man, people, pick it up.
Wow. Yeah, man, that's something I'll be interested in. Actually, I might just I probably at the end of the month pick up all 5 or 6 issues if I can get them. If not, I'll probably just wait and get the trades and see what it's saying.
Yeah, the thing is that I read it digitally, so I think it reads better as a digital book because the way that it panels out, the way each panel goes through, it's like one page has like 12 panels. One page has like 12 panels, and you might get like a little splash page, but the splash page is maybe like half a page.
Yeah,
that's how much content's going on in the book. Like it's almost like a 20-minute read. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm reading like a what's it, like a novel. Each book I read is like a novel, and like if it's digital, you only see like if you do the guided view, it only shows you the specific panel rather than the whole book. So it's definitely an experience, and I would definitely want to experience it as a graphic novel. I want to get the hardcover.
Yeah, man, probably do that. They'll probably release a signed copy as well, man, which would be nice to have in the collection. So probably wait for that. But yeah, it looks interesting. It sounds interesting, man. But I'll definitely be getting it because it sounds like something that I would love to read. Boy, right. The next one I'm going to talk about is actually a very, very, very big, long book, so I'm going to cut it short because it's more of an introductory book, I guess. So it's Avengers issue 0, and like it says Avengers, it begins here. So this book has in it Avengers, Uncanny Avengers, A-Force, New Avengers, and the Ultimates. So it basically, how can I put it? It's not a book that's split into different parts. It starts off with Avengers, and what's really interesting about this is this whole part of the book revolves around the Vision. The Vision goes through a very, very, very crazy scenario in this that's going to set him up. That's going to introduce you guys to a very, very different Vision in Avengers when it drops. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's something very, very strange happens to him that will make him change. That will make him change his ways. Literally, I believe, forever, which is going to be pretty nuts. It's a very, very intense way to start this book off. I really did enjoy it. You move along to basically to now, I guess to the A-Force, and you get introduced to obviously Captain Marvel, who literally they're dealing with an entity that they have no idea of what it is, and it's causing her a lot of problems, and they're trying to figure out how to stop this entity or thing, I guess, but they don't know literally how to. It's very good. The way this book has been routed out and it's been written. It's very, very good the way they've stopped it and moved on to the next comic book. It kind of leads into like a big synchronicity, which is pretty cool, and it's really nice, man. Like it's really nice the way it syncs to from one book to the other. It's like you're just reading like an ongoing comic book, which is amazing, man. You also get introduced to what's his name? Regarding like the A-Force with Captain Marvel here. The way, like I said, she gets the way she comes across as entity, the way it kind of nearly messes her up. It's weird, man. It was like a very, very intense, very intense, I guess, fight scene, which is pretty cool, which is really nice. The new Avengers in this as well. It's just how can I put it, man? It looks very, very. It's very nutty. It looks very, very just crazy, very out there. It's very humorous. You don't really get to see a lot of this because it's only just a few pages. But the artwork is totally amazing. It is very, very, very crazy. I love the way it's drawn. There's a lot of humor in this, which is pretty cool. Especially when you see like, Hawkeye. He's very funny in this as well. All New Avengers. I've never really actually read it. I guess an All New Avengers, but I might actually give this a go because it seems a bit different. What's good about this is there's a certain character from the Ultimate Universe who has become totally, I guess, evil and will be evil in the New Avengers. I'm not going to spoil it and say who it is, even though I think it's already been spoiled from last week. But I'll leave it for you guys to figure it out, and I guess we'll find out why this character went evil when Secret Wars literally finishes. Because, like I said, this is like 8 months in the future. No one really knows what's happened within those 8 months. What the next one we go into is you see basically, I guess, in the Uncanny Avengers, you see Deadpool. You come across a very, very strange, you come across a Deadpool that's not really killing anybody, that's not being his ragged, his crazy self, and he has a very big reason why basically he isn't killing anybody or being that merc in the mouth, and you find out why he's got to put a cap on what he's doing, because he's I guess the person that he's working for is basically won't allow Deadpool to do what he used to do, I guess. But obviously Deadpool always tends to change because he's a crazy character. But it's funny because when in the book when he says, "Oh, it's because of this person I can't do this," and he goes, "I have to do it. I have to follow the ways." And I was like, "Well, okay." So when you get introduced to the character that's making him be, I guess, safe and cool, you're like, okay, cool, I understand why. It's crazy. It's coming from this person. But overall, this Uncanny Avengers, it's pretty cool. It's pretty funny because it's Deadpool, so you get the humor, you get the comedy. It is hilarious. The next one is actually one of the last part of the book is basically is a book that obviously I wanted to get for a long time, and I'm still waiting for it to come out. So it's the Ultimate. So it's you get introduced to the new Ultimates, which is pretty cool. The new Ultimates is the Black Panther, Miss America. The other two are the Blue Marvel, aka Dr. Adam Branshaw, Spectrum, who's Monica Rambeau, and I believe it's also, I think it's Captain Marvel. I believe she's in the book. I believe she's in the book as well. But you sort of get like an introduction to what they're about, or you get more of an introduction to one of the main characters, or to one of the characters, which is Miss America. She's calm, she's cool. She's got super strength. She can literally move through I guess dimensions and realities. She looks hip, stylish and sexy. She's very, very funny as well. She's cool. But this book is actually, it's like just a few pages give you an introductory to what the team is kind of like. Well, to a certain aspect, you only get to see more of Miss America. The other character, you don't actually see them do anything. They're just there, just chilling and talking. But it's very good, man. It's very dark. It's like the way it's written is very funny, lighthearted. The artwork is amazing, and it's just nice to see basically that you have, all these characters like being, of culture of black. So you have the Blue Marvel, Spectrum, Black Panther, who are all black characters, and you have Miss America, who basically is mixed race, light skin, she's cool, and then you have Captain Marvel, who's white. So it's nice to see basically this team, like it's diverse, it's new, and it's really cool, man. The way this Avengers Zero book is actually is written is throughout the whole of this book, the main story for all these books, for example, Avengers and Uncanny Avengers, New Avengers, and Ultimates. They're all being watched by a certain someone, and then you find out at the end of the book, or throughout the book, why these people are watching all these different teams of the Avengers, because they mention it. They're like, we're watching all these teams, and you find out throughout the course of this book, basically, why they're watching all the teams, and what they want to do, and what's happening, and what their motives are. But it's really good, like, because it really gives you like an intro to what's going to be big in all the Avenger books that are coming out, and I believe they all start coming out from next week. But it's a very, like I said, I like this book because it the way it's written is it gives you a very, very, in each of the pages you read, it gives you one storyline to what's happening to all in these big books. And again, you see a lot of people, a lot of multicultural, again, a lot of people from different colors and cultures around the world in this book, which is pretty cool. So for me, that's Avengers Zero. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there. But just to let you guys know when these next books are coming out. So let me see. So New Avengers issue 1 comes out in October. A-Force #1 comes out in October. All New Avengers come out in November. The Ultimates come out in November. Uncanny Avengers issue 1 comes out in October. The Squadron Supreme. So the Squadron's quest for supremacy in Squadron Supreme issue basically comes out basically in November. And sorry guys. Squadron Supreme comes out in December. But that's when all your main Avenger books are coming out. So if you read this book, it'll kind of give you like just a heads up on literally what's happening with all the Avenger teams, which is pretty cool. The next one is a very, very oversized issue because it has a lot of pages, which is pretty cool because it gives you like the main story, and it gives you just a few pages what's happening, a few previews of Marvel's new books, which is pretty cool. So this is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1, which is written by literally Dan Sloth, artist Gypsy Kamunkhuli. That is a name and a half. So basically, storyline is with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. This is Parker Industries has finally kicked off. He's gone global. He's gone very, very big. So what that means is because Mr. Peter Parker has gone basically global, he has a lot more global enemies that are trying to target him and basically shut him down. And as we all know, Spider-Man, Mr. Peter Parker, does not settle down for anyone. What's interesting about this, some of the villains that are introduced in this book are basically from like the 60s or 70s, I believe. And the villains are the Zodiac. They're very, very old villains in the Marvel universe. Like, I believe, from like the 60s to 70s. They're very old. They're very funny. They're very humorous. And there's 12 of them. You get introduced to, it's funny in this. You get introduced to, what's her name? Bobby Morse from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this, which is very unusual to see her, her working with Spider-Man. The book is very fun. It's very humorous. Everything you'd expect from a Spider-Man comic, I guess, because it is. If you read Spider-Man before, then you're not going to be very like, wow. You expect to, hear and feel Spider-Man. In this, it's in this they concentrate more on Peter Parker than Spider-Man due to the fact obviously he's become, I guess in a sense, he's become like Tony Stark in a way. He's become like a $1 billion playboy in a way, with his gadgets, with his Spider-Mobile, with his new web technology, which makes it hard for him to be basically Spider-Man.
Yeah, I heard that someone in the comics, someone was saying to him, aren't you like the new Tony Stark? And he was saying that, no, I'm like the really, really poor Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So that was funny when I heard that.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, man. It was hilarious. But yeah, it's like I was like, right, he's becoming Tony Stark. But he's like, no, I'm not. But that's the way they kind of basically are going on about it, I guess.
Yeah, because it kind of makes sense because with Peter Parker, he's always been out for saving people. He's really a humble character. So he'll rather port people first than actual money. While with Tony Stark, I mean, yeah, it's very vigorous there.
Yeah, Stark is different, man. But yeah, it's true. So he basically setting up his own Parker Industries to help people out, and even mentions like the Uncle Ben Foundation. It says obviously Uncle Ben used to help me all the time, even though when you couldn't. So this is what I'm here to do, to try help people. So we can help people around the world. It's not about making money; it's about helping people around the world and so forth. But because he becomes so busy, he doesn't have enough time to save people, which basically which makes him go to Plan B, and Plan B is, you guys are gonna have to read it for yourself to find out what he does. But it's very hilarious. But the good thing about this book is you actually get to see somebody come back from the past that everyone has been waiting to see for a very long time. So very excited to see that in this first issue, which is amazing. So if you guys read it, you'll find out who it is. So that's basically Spider-Man issue 1. The rest of the book gives you an introductory to the other books. So one of the books I'm going to pick out is one of my favorite books from Marvel's new #1s from a few months back, and that's Silk. So at the end of the last issue, she kind of finds her brother, who's totally messed up, and she just loses it. I guess she just goes completely, she goes crazy in a way where she just mentally, physically, she's like, it's mad. And then that's where it cuts off, and then Secret War starts in. This starts off basically with her retrieving a stolen artifact for her boss, which is hilarious because you find out that she's actually working for the Black Cat. And obviously we all know the Black Cat she's a thief. And then in the last few issues of Silk, they fought each other on many occasions. So, what would make Silk work for a thief, or what happened? So it's very. I'm looking forward to actually seeing this, to see what the storyline is and how it happens. But overall, it's a very, very good. It's a good book. I mean, the pages that I read, nice, calm, cool. Artwork is amazing. Storyline's still cool and sexy. So it's for me, man. Silk is a book that I'm literally looking forward to get, which is amazing. You also get introduced to basically you get introduced to a few pages of Miles Morales' book, Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, sorry, Spider-Man. And it's sorry, my bad, guys. It's not the Ultimate Spider-Man. It's actually a few pages of it's the Amazing Spider-Man. So you see Miles Morales basically come in, whip up take care of a guy that was stealing, who's actually a supervillain, gets captured by the police and gets taken down to prison, where something mysteriously is happening to all the supervillains, which is totally nuts. I will say this, I won't spoil it, but it ties into basically this part of the book ties into one of the Secret Wars tie-ins, which is which is basically very, very amazing because it kind of defined one of the characters, one of the biggest characters in the Marvel universe within this event. So it's pretty cool to see that this villain that actually you see in this book is not just someone that they just decided to just make up for this event, for the Secret Wars event, and just leave him to dry. He's actually still alive and kicking, and I'm like, whoa! It's pretty cool to see this villain come back and just laugh his head off. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what they do with him in the Amazing Spider-Man when it kicks off again with issue 2. Next 2 weeks. Because Spider-Man is still, I guess, every 2 weeks. But that's the Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. The next one is the last one. Well, the last one I would say. It's Secret Wars issue 6. Again, this book, I believe this has been delayed for a while now because I don't remember reading Secret Wars in a very, very long time.
It's been delayed and it's been extended
to 9 issues, right? So 9 issues.
I think so.
Interesting. So we go with Secret Wars issue 6, written by Jonathan Hickman, artist Asad Ribic. This is a very this is actually where things start to kick off in Secret Wars. The first 4 or 5 issues was basically telling you what was happening with the characters, what was happening with Doom, what was happening with the characters that survived and the villains that survived from the incursions, and how they were dealing with, and how they were dealing in Battle World. Obviously, in the last issue, in issue 4 or 5, Doctor Doom kills Doctor Strange for helping all of the other characters, for helping them leave, because Doctor Doom was about to destroy all of them, and Strange was like, nope. And he scattered all of them across different parts of Battle World to save them. And because Doctor Doom wasn't happy with Strange, he just decided to kill him. I still don't think he killed him, because he just can't kill Doctor Strange like that. I mean, he's Doctor Strange, man. But this book basically is in a way, you set to see the seeds of how all these characters are now, or the teams basically are working towards overthrowing Doctor Doom. You know, with the help of Reed Richards, the Maker, Namor, Black Panther, Ultimate Spider-Man, even Thanos. They all want to basically see Doom go down, but they're trying to find out basically where he gets his power from and how they can basically take him down. And you tend to see there's more uprisings happening in different parts of Battle World, where people are now trying to, even from all around the world in Battle World, they're trying to take down Doctor Doom or God Doom. It's pretty dark. It's pretty intense. You see a lot more characters from the past coming back in this book. You get to see the hidden island of Agamotto, which is pretty much what it's just the hidden realm, the hidden fortress of Doctor Strange. What's pretty interesting is the Black Panther Namor make it through to Doctor Strange's island. They get in, and they see Strange. Well, it's not Strange. It's like a recording, like it's a spiritual recording. And he goes, because you guys are here, I'm probably, it's because I'm demised, I'm dead, and so forth. And he gives the Black Panther 2 items, two of the most, I would say one of the most powerful item in the Marvel Universe. He's given to try and use to take Doom, to try and take him out, but no one knows if he will succeed or not. Because, Doom is a god. He with godly power, so no one knows what's going to happen. You also get introduced to what happened to the Fantastic Four and how Doom intervened and changed them. It's pretty gruesome, pretty dark. You find out what Sue basically went through. You get introduced to basically a lot more politics, a lot more people changing sides. It's like from reading this issue of Secret Wars. This is where it all starts to build off. Everything starts to tick off. You can see the war coming, and the war's coming to Doctor Doom. So I guess the next 3 issues will be pretty much to the battle basically that leads to the outcome in what happens in Invincible Iron Man issue 1, I guess, because it's tied into basically everything. So from reading this issue, it kind of made me kind of trying to figure out what happened with, like, the connection with Iron Man, the connection with Doctor Strange and so forth in Strange 1 and Iron Man 1. But it's like I said, man. This event is pretty cool. It makes you think than anything else. So it has a lot of drama. It's intense. It's dark, and it's just nuts, man. The battle world is a crazy place to live in. It's a crazy place where everything and anything can happen at the same time, and I just want to know how. I still want to know how Doctor Doom managed to get all these people, from Apocalypse to Sinister to even so-called Galactus, to all these characters, right? To just make them believe that how he actually made them worship him in that sense, because they all speak of him as God Doom. So apart from the usual characters, like for example Reed Richards, Spider-Man and so forth, who just know that he's obviously not a god. So, but it's pretty interesting to see the storyline just get deeper and deeper, and to see how Sue's little daughter basically is trying to unravel the web of what Doctor Doom is really trying to do, really. You know what I'm saying? But it's very good. Like I said, Secret Wars for me has been a very, very good event. From issue 0 to this current issue. I just want to find out literally just what the hell has happened to Doctor Strange, man. Like, you can't kill Doctor Strange because he's like he's one of the best literally one of the best characters out there. You know, you can't kill him. I just wonder what happened to him and how he's managed to come about in obviously Doctor Strange issue 1. Is it really him? Isn't it him? What did Doom do to him, man? Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, I would say literally that is all the number ones that I picked up for Marvel, man. Like, all of them. So, guys, take your pick on which one you want to basically, collect. But I personally, right, I would suggest Invincible Iron Man to everyone, just because it opens up a whole new type of event that I believe that will kick off soon. And it's going to kick off a big catastrophe from the word that was mentioned, just one sentence that was mentioned by a certain somebody in this book. What else? I recommend that. Doctor Strange, like I said, for all you movie fanatics that want to know what's going to happen in the movie and you want to get introduced to the character, that's for you. Avengers 0 is, like I said, will be an introductory to all the books, so get it, read it, and then you can find out what you want to jump into. But if not, obviously you guys know what characters you like, you can jump into that. And that's, for me, I think the main three that I recommend from these Marvel books, man. Did you pick up Paper Girls?
No, I haven't. Tell us about it. Is that any good?
You know what? I would say, right. I picked it up. Well, you know what I loved about the book, right? Just it's the first issue is a double-sized issue, so it's bigger than your regular comic book. It's just colourful. It's just the flipping on, man. It has a wraparound cover, so it wraps to the back. It's yellow, purple. The artwork in the front cover is so basic, but it looks so beautiful and so cool. When you flick through the first page, man, it's like literally the first page is like you're reading a page of Saga. So it's like sort of like the same artwork, same design, same feel to it. But I got it in my hand. I'm feeling it right now in my hand. It just feels so nice and smooth, man. Seriously, it's such a good book. and it's only like I love the book. I liked it, man. I liked it. So Paper Girls issue 1, written by Brian K. Vaughan. Artist is Cliff Chang. Matt Wilson is doing the colors. Gerard K. Fletcher is doing the letters and design. And the book is called Paper Girls. So in a sense, if you're thinking the book is about girls that throw paper, you're basically right. It is basically, in essence, it's about a couple of girls that have basically just, it's about a certain little girl. She's doing her little, it's about, a certain little girl. She basically is doing, a paper round. She's just a young girl. She comes across, she's just walking around in the morning doing her rounds. And, she's about to get bullied by these by these kids. And then, in a sense, she meets these other girls. And they're going around doing their thing, talking and so forth. And then what happens is, that's when things start to change for them. They come across into a scenario that turns into a very, very big, unexpected adventure, which for me was very, very different. Like it's not like it's not like a standard adventure. It was like the way it led to it. It was just harsh, a bit gruesome, a bit funny as well. The book is the way it's written so well that it kind of just starts off like mellow, goes up and down, takes you up, down, left, right. And then when you think you're finding out when you think you're figuring out what's happening, you're like, whoa, that's what's going on. It's a nutty book. I would say it's a crazy, it's a very, very crazy, funny book. But what I like about the book is I think the main focus for me was when I'm reading this book is the way the book is written, you tend to focus more on the characters, the way the characters bounce off each other, how they react to one another, how they talk, how they laugh, the punchlines, the jokes. The way the characters are written are very, very good, and that's what I like about this book is you get more introduced into the characters and I guess the storyline, which makes the book even more worth reading. I just enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed reading this book, and I'm definitely will be getting I would definitely be getting issue 2 because I'm hooked. I'm hooked on it. I am literally hooked on it. The artwork is nice. It's colorful. It's dark. There's little Easter eggs as well, literally in the book that I guess you won't think of until you've actually flip through the book once or twice, or you kind of realize, like, okay, cool, I've seen this already. But there's from flicking when I read this book and I flipped through it again just now, and I'm seeing panels that are making me think okay, so why is this here? If this person is doing this, so they throw little Easter eggs in the book, if you are aware. Just so you tend to start asking more questions than you did before, but it's very well written, man. I was actually happy I got a copy of this book because I remember when I was trying to when I was going online, so I went on eBay to see basically if I could just order one just for the fun of it because I didn't want to go early to the store to pick one up because I was feeling tired, and I was seeing it going for £7 to £10, £15, £20, and then all of a sudden there was one for £3-4. So what I did was I literally got it on the release date, which was yesterday on the Forbidden Planet. But I thought, you know what, I'm not going to chance it. So just in case it sold out, so I ordered one online from Forbidden Planet. So I got another copy coming to my house. So I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, so also there's there's actually a signing. So he's actually doing a signing in the Forbidden Planet in the States. Forbidden Planet, New York, from 8 to 10 a.m. So I'm actually gonna. I called them up. I emailed them before saying if I can buy a reserve a signed copy. And they were like, yeah, I probably can. So I'm gonna email them after this. See if I can buy maybe a copy or two and get it shipped to me, because this book, man, I love it. Like I can't see myself dropping this book. It's like if you enjoyed Saga, right? You enjoy this book. It's obviously the tones are different, the storyline's different, but the same energy is in the book, the same love, passion. The colors are amazing, and what I like about this book is the way he writes. He writes very, very short and simple, so you can flick through the book and read it very, very quickly, very easily, and it's just a very, very well done book. So big props to him, because after reading something like Saga, people think they say it's an amazing book, which it is. And he's come again, and he's topped it. Did the same thing with Paper Girls. You can't basically I can't knock the guy, man. Like he's a very, very cool writer. Like I believe he's got another book he's writing for Image. I believe he's writing 3 books for Image. I can't remember what the third one is, but yeah, man. Like the storyline, like I could repeat myself. The storyline, the storyline and the punchlines, the interaction between the characters, what they do, what they say, their reactions are very cool. The artist, Cliff Chang, is very cool. The way he draws them is just amazing. He's got it's like that sort of type of manga type of style. It's just nice, man. It is really, really a very, very good book, and I really recommend this book to anybody, literally to everyone that reads comics, or if you don't read comics. It's a very good book it's a very, 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 very good book. I'm just in love literally with the front cover. Like when you get a copy, right, just feel it and look at it. That the front cover is it's a sick book, man. Like I can't stress it enough. And the twist, the big twist in this book is nuts, because when you read it and you see the twist, you're like, what? Like I was like, whoa. Like it's nice, man. But then again, are the most addictive comics you can possibly buy in your lifetime, because they're self-created, which means they can go on for as long as they want and do what they want with them. There's no borderlines, anything goes in Image Comics. So literally, that is it. That for me, that's it for all the comic books. But I guess for Image right now, the 2 main books I'm actually hooked on is The Beauty and this book as well. Like Saga, I'm hooked on it, but this book here, like it's amazing, man. So that's Paper Girls issue 1, by again Brian K. Vaughan, who's currently writing Saga for Image Comics. Artist Cliff Chang. The guys with the colours in this book, Matt Wilson. Letter and design, Gerald K. Fletcher. This book only came out yesterday. It is available to cop now. Get it at your local news and comic book stores, Forbidden Planet, and online, or even eBay. The reason I say it, because it's a hot book. Once it sells out, it's not going to be available. It's going to the price will shoot up. They will bring out second prints, but obviously you guys, if you want your first print, please do get it. This is why I actually got another copy, just so I can keep it as a collector's. So for me, that's all the that's all basically the review. That's all the comics, to be honest, that I picked up. Have you got anything else?
No, but I'm ready to talk about the news.
Yes.
For the New York Comic Con, and news is just falling in quickly and fast. I think they just released some pictures of Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman as well. So they've done it's like an artist impression, but the artist is sort of like a realistic take of the images, and we get to see a full body of Batman as well as Wonder Woman as well as Superman, and I must say they look amazing, man. Like I don't think I've ever seen a better Batman in live action, and I just can't wait to see Ben Affleck live action. To be honest, I don't know if you've seen it yet.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's all there. Wonder Woman looks amazing. Superman looks like a plank of wood, but it still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fun. So they've released. Apparently, Justice League Dark is still in the works. Warner Brothers still.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Invested. They still want to go ahead with the project, even though Guillermo del Toro has sort of dropped off to work on Pacific Rim 2, which I'm stoked about. We still might see Justice League Dark.
I'll
you
watch
heard
it.
about it?
Yeah, I heard about this ages ago, but then I heard that it was put on. There was a script and it was on pause, and I don't know, it just went downhill and uphill.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro, he's got like 10 other projects he's promised us, but Justice League Dark has been something that we've been waiting for. So it's good news that they're still going ahead with it. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Well, they have to, man. It says with Marvel news. Do you hear the Marvel news today?
What happened?
So, let me read it. Marvel have they announced officially that so as part of the phase 3 update, yeah. So
is it the Ant-Man and Wasp movie?
Yeah, so that's I was like, okay, so they've announced Ant-Man and Wasp for 2018, but that's not all. They've announced 3 movies that will premiere May 2020, July the 10th, 2020, and November the 6th, 2020. So
we just have to wait to see what those movies are.
So
what we do know that they've pushed back Captain Marvel
and Panther
to make room for. Now Panther they brought that forward apparently.
Oh yeah.
To make room for Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were booing Ant-Man. I'm really pleased that Ant-Man done really well.
You know, it's with Ant-Man.
Excited to see that.
It opens up in China in this next week on the 16th.
Okay.
So so far it's maxed over 400 mil. So with the last, when it opens up in China, it's going to be much. It's going to have, I guess, a great impact. I think it's taken more money than Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Guardians.
Yeah, that's fantastic news, man. Ant-Man was a great movie.
Yeah, it was, man. A lot of people a lot of people saying, it was off and on, but for me, I enjoyed it. But for me, from seeing these 3 movies that they're going to put out, I think that's going to be the intro to Phase 4. They've also announced that they did say that Civil War will be the last in the Captain America trilogy, and Feige did say that basically. Feige did say basically that after Infinity War, that the Avengers storyline will literally be finito. So he said the concept of what they stand for will be there, but they're moving forward. So all these Avengers, that's all going to be put. It's going to be taken down. So they're moving forward with new projects, with new ideas. So that's the end of, for we know, Cap, Iron Man, and the rest of the gang. Unless some of them actually stay to, I don't know, maybe seed a different team or whatnot. He actually did say also that the Infinity Gauntlet that Thanos has and the Infinity Gauntlet that you saw in Thor was actually, I believe he said one of them isn't an Infinity Gauntlet. So there might be 2 Infinity Gauntlets, I guess. You never know. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see what happens. But yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm kind of good that Ant-Man got a sequel because I didn't know where Ant-Man was gonna sit.
No, I knew it'd do well. I mean, I wasn't expecting the sequel so soon. I didn't think they would move
True.
any of the previous ones because there was a lot of backlash for the whole Spider-Man coming in and moving the schedules.
Yeah.
But this is part of the whole internet. I mean, if we didn't have the internet, how many films have been pushed back, pushed forward, and everything? You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, we used to just know what film might come out next year.
Yeah.
Now we know what film's coming out in 2020. You know, so
Yeah.
these things happen more than you know.
Yeah. Regarding some more Marvel news, if anybody is, well, let's just say talk about Jessica Jones. So they've released like a few teaser trailers. Which one got released today? Yesterday, Marvel have released an official digital 12-page comic prelude to the TV show, which I'm going to be reading pretty soon. So if you go onto the Jessica Jones Twitter page or Marvel page, you can actually read a 12-page prelude digital comic to the show. Also, if you're lucky and you're at New York Comic Con, not because I'm stuck in the UK, dead. You can actually get it for free in the expo. So if you're there, pick one up. If you are online right now and you're hearing us, you can actually go to, like I said, to pick up on the Marvel website. Sorry, a Marvel website, or just check out the Marvel Twitter page or Jessica Jones Twitter page, and you can actually read the 12-page prelude to Jessica Jones. Which is pretty cool. And of course, one of the biggest news is that I forgot to talk about. David Walker and Sanford Green bringing back Power Man and Iron Fist. So, looking forward to that. Power Man, Iron Fist comes back as a team-up book. Big news about this is you have an all-black creative team on this book, man. So I'm really happy to see that, man. To hear about it too. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty interesting, right? So is it David Walker that's currently writing Cyborg, right?
Yeah, he's writing Cyborg at the moment. He's also writing Shaft as well.
Yeah. All right, of course. It's funny because he said that because I've got Shaft issue 1, but I still haven't read it yet, you know. But I'm really happy to see Marvel stepped it up, from getting a black writer to do the Black Panther, to now we have David Walker and Sanford Green to basically be the team that's doing this team up book with Power Man and Iron Fist. And it was only just about a week ago when you have Afua Richardson, who's doing the artwork for Image's book, The Genius. She's also a black woman. That's a very black, cool artist, and she's basically done a hip hop variant for X-Men '92. It looks pretty sick, pretty cool, and that'll be coming out as soon as X-Men '92 comes out again. Because X-Men '92 was only a 5-issue comic for Secret Wars, but now they've confirmed that it's going to be an ongoing book. So look forward to seeing her hip hop variant, literally, for that comic book, and I can't wait to get it because it looks literally amazing. I'm just really happy and excited to see that. I'm seeing more people of color in the last few yesterday, like reading these comic books, and also seeing like more artists and writers now, doing more stuff for Marvel, which is pretty cool. Which means when we for example, speak about when we have more panels and so forth in these comic expos, you're going to see more of a multicultural crowd, and it's going to take in. You're going to see a lot more people from a lot of people of color also that are going to start buying comic books because they're supporting obviously their people and so forth, which is amazing. So I'm happy to see that, in a sense, that Marvel have stepped it up in in that way. I'm just happy, like, one, that I'm going to get the ultimate book, the Ultimates. I'm so excited to get in that book, man, because all black, characters want to be in the Black Panther. It's going to be amazing, man. Something new, something different, and I can't wait to see what they do with that book. So that's why I'm happy, man. Boy, I'm happy about that, seriously.
Also, there's a new Jessica Jones poster that just came out for the exclusive in the New York Comic Con. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, nice. What site are you on? Newsrama?
No, I'm just on Twitter. It's just coming up on Twitter.
Oh, see.
Yeah, it's a new poster, Alias Investigations. So it's just a poster for Jessica Jones. When's that coming on?
November, right?
Okay, yeah, November 20th.
November.
So, pretty exciting. It's actually showing her full, because we haven't really seen her face. I mean, we've seen her like in set photos, whatever, but not in trailers or anything. But the poster actually shows her like a full body, and she's looking at the camera. I think the artist is Alex McLeod, which is really cool.
What site are you on? I mean, what Twitter page?
I just go on Twitter and just type in poster, or just go on Google and type in the poster. Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. I'm on that now. I think I've seen it. Yeah. Looks alright. There's also like a teaser trailer that came out just a few hours, well, today. So
Today? Another one came out today?
Yeah. Long kind of gives you like it's just like walking down the street, but you kind of see her.
Okay.
It's funny, because with the character that plays her, what's her name again in real life? I forgot her name.
Oh.
Oh man, it's gonna kill me.
I remember her. She was in Breaking Bad,
and she played like a villain in The Blacklist as well.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, so she played like an evil. I think it was an evil twin. She killed an evil. It was crazy. It was a crazy episode, I believe. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. Really looking forward. Also, I don't know if you heard, but Marvel picked up another TV show.
Is that the comedy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Smart.
Marvel's always played around with the idea of who's going to be the fallout of if there's like a big event, who's going to clean it up. And I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sort of played on that a little bit towards, like the end of 4-2. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were picking up all the pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, they played on that a little bit, and I think that's a really good idea.
What's it called again? Is it Damage Control?
Yeah, that's it, Damage Control.
So basically, what it is, guys, Damage Control are the guys, when you see, for example, the Avengers movies and, for example, the places get destroyed and demolished and there's wreckage, they're the guys that come up and clean up. So it's a family that come up and they do the cleanup. So I think it's a very, very funny concept. It's actually a comic book as well, I believe as well. So it's going to be, it has been confirmed that it has been picked up. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Did you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah, I saw it.
What, did you watch episode 2?
Yeah.
Boy. So if you guys ain't gonna, let's talk about episode. What do you think of episode 1?
Yeah, episode 1 was pretty good actually. I enjoyed it.
It was funny. It was. I didn't realize until right at the end, right when Coulson was saying. Coulson goes like, May's not here. And I was like, oh, she's actually not here. She wasn't in the episode. And I was like, okay. It was different. You see it now, like, for example, Sky has become more of a so-called, she's turned into more of a leader figurine. You have Mr. Sparkplug, who just decided to just leave because he couldn't handle it. Lincoln. I find him a bit funny, man. I don't know. I don't trust him. He just seems so eerie for some reason. He's an eerie character. There's something about him.
Yeah, he's unpredictable at the moment.
Yeah.
We don't know what his
intentions are. Yeah. It was nice to see also the introduction of I think what I liked about that episode of one was basically the whole Fitz and Simmons thing. You know, what happened to Simmons, what's going to happen to her, and so forth. Like, see the way Fitz's character even changed when he tried to cut that deal to get the scroll and so forth. Like, they really boosted up his character to make him more man than anything else, man. Like, I think for me, in Agent of Shield, it's Fitz and Simmons. Their characters have evolved so much. You know what I'm saying? They really spent a lot of time investing time into into those two characters and making them more I don't know, man, just more intense, more meaner, than they were like from season 1 to season, from season 1 to half of season 2, But I liked it, it started off, the tone was good. You're seeing more, I guess, more superheroes, or more, I guess, more Inhumans. You'll see more people with powers. You've seen a different side to Coulson. He's become more, still same guy, but a bit more stricter. They become more of a serious team. You find out, what's really nice is to see what happened to Bobby Morse, innit? What happened to her? Because I thought she was gonna quit or she was gonna retire or whatnot. But I like the way each character now has like their own personal agenda. Like, for example, Mac, he has an agenda with Lincoln, and you have Hunter and Bobby. You have an agenda with Ward. Then you have May, who's dealing with things. Then you have Coulson, who's trying to find out what's happening with Fitz and how he's going to help all these people out while he's up there on the run. And you've got like Fitz, who's going nuts over Simmons, and then Simmons is trying to get back. And it's like everyone had their own thing they were dealing with, and they were trying to put it into perspective and deal with it. So it was pretty cool. Episode 2 was really good as well, because you get introduced to Lash. So Lash. So basically, what Lash is he's actually a new character that got created. He's been recently created in the Inhumans book written by Charles Soule. So what his powers are basically, and if you don't want to know because you haven't seen episode 2, or if you want me to spoil it for you, then don't listen to what I'm about to say right now. But if you want to, then please do. He basically can absorb anything. So do you know when the scene where Lincoln and Sky were trying to use their powers on him, right? Mm-hmm. You see how they couldn't harm him because what he does, the energy that the power that he has, he can absorb the energy and dash it back at you, and just throw it full force. So he can absorb anything. So this is why they could not hurt him. That's why Sky had to dig a hole in the ground for him to basically to take him out. Because in the comic books, he when you read Inhumans, he basically has his own. He has his own clan of humans that he works with, but then the people that he fits that are not worthy, he goes around and he just starts killing them. So, which is what he's doing right now. That's why he's massacring, killing off all these Inhumans to just do what he has to do, I guess, which is nuts. But overall, man, I did enjoy Agents of Shield. Happy that it's literally back, and I just want to know now, because they haven't said, right, but I want to know what's happening with the Secret Warriors, man, because they haven't recruited anybody for the Secret Warriors yet, which is going to be interesting. And it's nice to find out what happened to Coulson's hamburger, because that was bugging me. I was like, what's his hand made out of? What's going on? So It's pretty cool. Also, I like the fact that we see Hydra is still getting rebranded, by Ward. So it's nice to see basically what Ward is gonna do, how he's gonna revamp this whole Hydra, and how he's taking basically everybody out that in a sense was useless, and rebranding the whole team for himself, even the logo. He wants to change the whole thing, man. So it's pretty cool to see how they've taken Shield. In these 2 episodes, become very, very, very dramatic and very, very, very big. So I'm looking forward to see what they do in the next few episodes or next week's episode. But it was very emotional for me, boy. When they were trying to get Simmons back. Where he grabs her hand, and I'm like, because I thought he lost her in it, and then she comes out, and I was like, woo, she's back, boy. I love Simmons, boy. She's one of my favorite characters. Man. Simmons is amazing. But what I want to know is what she was running from. Do you know what I'm saying? Because she was running from something or someone. So it's nice to find out basically in the next episode what happens, and to see these two actually going to go out on a date. Do you know what I'm saying? At least have a date or something, because every time they try to get with each other, something mad happened. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's for me, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man. I totally did enjoy that show. So those last 2 episodes, after I finally watched them. Also, don't know if you heard about this, but the New Mutants. They're doing the new movies, New Mutants, New Mutants, right? The movie. Mm-hmm. So they just announced today that the first draft of the script actually has been complete.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear.
It says, where is it? So it basically says, it was confirmed today that the first script actually had been done. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to play about with when this movie actually comes to be. Another thing that came out yesterday, was it today? No, today. It was crazy, man. So Hasbro have confirmed a 10-year plan for Transformers. So they've confirmed they're going to do Transformers 5, 6, 7, and 8 confirmed within a 10-year plan. Can you believe that, bro? Boy, I'm not watching any of them. No way.
The thing is, for me, Transformers is the guilty pleasure for me.
I haven't seen the last one. Or the one before that.
Don't, other than that, don't fall in that rabbit hole. Don't do it.
I heard it was a crazy, messed up movie.
Don't do it.
What else do we have? We have... so... Marvel have announced, I know they announced this a few days ago. So Marvel announced a new Black Widow series launching in early 2016 with Mark Waid writing this one. Artist Chris Samian. So that's out next year. They've also... they released a preview of a certain book today. I can't remember what it was called, man. No, that's it. They released... I haven't seen it yet, but there's a preview of Drax. That's partly written by CM Punk. So the preview's out if you guys want to check it out on Marvel.com. Also, we have Tom Huddleston came out and said why Loki was cut from Avengers Age of Ultron.
Why was that?
So this is what he said word for word. He said I was part of the dream sequence for Thor. So basically, in the scene where Thor is having that dream. So he says, I shot for a day and enjoyed it very much. Blah, blah, but in test screenings, audiences had overemphasized Loki's role. They thought that Loki was controlling Ultron. It was imbalancing the audience expectations. So Feige called him up and said, we're going to cut that scene off because it doesn't really, make any sense. But, that's why basically it was cut off. Also got some rumors and news from the Wonder Woman movie. It's saying that the movie is going to be filmed, when the movie apparently comes out, the way it's filmed, it's going to be filmed in 3 different time periods.
Right.
So it says the period will be from 1961, the middle of the First World War, and so forth. But that's just like what the speculation is. But then again, because she's an old character, she's a goddess, isn't it? So it kind of makes, in a way, it's easy to believe that they can actually play around with the timeline because, when you're going back to a goddess, you come back to roots, innit? So they can actually do that and it would actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything. We've got anything else? No.
Well, I've got something. I mean, Boom Studios have revealed they're going to be working, or they've actually confirmed it now, they're going to be working on the Power Rangers comic. So this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as we all know. So that's going to be really exciting to see.
I thought that was confirmed already. They were doing it already.
Yeah, they confirmed it in June, but now they're talking about the 0 issue, which includes the
Green Ranger.
No, the Red Ranger.
I know that book's supposed to drop in January, I think.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. I think Kyle Higgins is gonna be working on that. I'm sure people remember him from Batman Eternal as well as on Nightwing as well. So that'll be really fun.
I'll be getting all of them. I'll be getting all the covers. They just announced regarding that book. It was only like a few weeks, 2 weeks ago. They announced they were doing a variant cover for they're doing a cover for the Green Ranger because they're doing for the issue zeros. They're doing all the Power Rangers, all the different color ranges for issue 0, and they announced so they will have the White Ranger and the Green Ranger, and that's the one that's gonna go for it. That's gonna sell out quickly.
Yeah, I mean those covers are amazing.
Yeah, I'm getting. I actually got from Forbidden Planet. I got the San Diego mini print, the print of the Pink Ranger. They were doing the set for like £80, so I was like, nah. So I got one of them, but because they're all random, they're all in a black, sleeve with sellotape and stuff. I just picked one, and I got the Pink Ranger.
Yeah, it's all gearing up for the
movie.
For the movie.
They've casted actually for the movie.
Yeah, I heard there was something news about that.
Today they casted. I actually had the link. They casted the Pink Ranger.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just want to see the Green Ranger, man. Seriously, it's gonna be hilarious, man. It's gonna be good. But I will be getting all the covers for issue number 1, for issue 0, because I need to have that in my collection, man.
So exciting stuff.
Yeah, man. It's nice to actually bring in. It's nice to actually bringing out Power Rangers. I believe is it next week or the week after Back to the Future comes out.
Which is that?
The comic issue 1 comes out.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Oh cool.
There's a lot of covers. There's a nice cover by J. Scott Campbell, which is pretty cool. You know, saying that, let me just go on the Forbidden Planet website, because I know it was actually there on their top their top sellers. Wait, that's disappeared. Oh crap! Wait. Back to, there we go. So, wow. So far, Back to the Future is out. So, it says pre-orders must be by the 28th. So it's the 28th of October. It should be out. Oh yes, they've got it on pre-order. I'm buying this now. So they've released the Adam Hughes hip hop variant for A-Force, which is pretty cool. So I'll be getting that. Yes, excited. Also, for you Adam Hughes fan, Batman the Master Race comes out. He's actually doing a variant for that comic. So you can pre-order that on the Forbidden Planet website. Today they have shown, a link came out as it from Comic Book Resources, comicbookresources.com, all 22 variants for that book. 22 variants for Batman. I'm gonna say to you, because because I haven't checked it out yet. What is Batman the Master Race?
It's a sequel to The Dark Knight Returns.
Okay. So it continues straight from there.
I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's the same characters, it's the same universe, so that'll be interesting to see. I'm definitely going to collect that, so I'll be updating you guys on that.
So it's an ongoing book.
It's a mini series.
Ah, okay, cool. Just saying that, I don't know if you've seen it, but they've the Adam Hughes variant is actually online now. It's for the Dark Knight Master Race. I pre-ordered it actually yesterday. I didn't even know what it looked like. All I saw was Adam Hughes variant, because all these variants are nice, man. So I just pre-ordered it straight away.
Yeah.
But it looks pretty cool. It has it's got Batman and the Joker. No, sorry, Batman and, is that a female Robin? Or is that just me?
Yeah, that's Kerry Kenny.
Yeah. See, I'm clueless when it comes to Batman, but I think I'll be picking this up, man. Well, I am picking it up. I'll definitely be. I'll definitely be reading it. You know what I'm waiting for? They haven't released, right? They said they were going to release this ages ago, which is the Saved by the Bell comic book.
Are they going to do that?
They did say, but this was ages ago. It was supposed to come out digital, and it hasn't come out, and I was like, okay. They're also releasing Assassin's Creed, the comic book as well, you know? Which is cool.
Robert Kirkman, as we all know, the writer for The Walking Dead. And what's it?
Invincible. And Thief of Thieves. And Thingy Dinosaur? I forgot the name of the book, but go on.
But yeah, he was talking about the Walking Dead TV show, season 6, as we all know, is going to be back later this week, I guess on Sunday. And he's promised us that the TV show is going to be more connected to the comics. So that's really, really good news, because every time the show sort of deviates away from the comic, a lot of people start getting upset, because it feels like it's a missed opportunity. Why would you go that direction? Oh, that's a dumb idea. But anytime they do a comic sort of adaptation in the show, even non-comic book readers were like, oh yeah, that's amazing. So the comic is amazing. I'm a huge fan of the Walking Dead comic, so I'm just over the moon to hear that it's gonna be connected to the comics. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, the show's a great show. It's a really, really great show.
Mm.
You know, The Walking Dead. I just finished watching Fear the Walking Dead. So, Walking Dead's back.
I thought it was actually back. I didn't even know.
No, it's Fear the Walking Dead. That's the spin-off that they had. It was only like a couple of episodes.
Okay. I see, man. That's pretty cool. Didn't realize. Also regarding all you what do you call it? All you Funko Pop vinyl head collectors, when I'm basically one of them. They've actually brought out the Saved by the Bell collection. So it's available to pre-order. Literally, well, you can buy it now from Entertainment Earth, and you can pre-order them from there. If you're in the UK like myself, you can get them from Forbidden Planet International. They're available to pre-order, around £9 each. But they look pretty cool, man. I mean, like, you know, you have the whole alrighty. You have literally the whole Saved by the Bell collection. So you have the whole team, man. And I'm really looking forward to adding that to my collection because I love the TV show, man. So you have I'm trying to find it, man. Flipping hell. Is that them? No. You have you have Zach Morris, Kelly Kapowski, AC Slater, Jesse Spano, Lisa Turtle, and you have AC Slater as well. And you have Zachariah Screech with his hat. So that's available to pre-order. So overall, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boy, it's gonna be like £60, boy. Woo. And again, I always get my reductions in Forbidden Planet sometimes. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty much this podcast, which is really big because there was a lot of comic books to go for. Plus,
I think next week is going to be pretty big as well because, you know,
the news.
We're going to be talking about all the
news
from the New York Comic Con.
Yeah, it's going to come out it's going to come out literally. Yeah. Stay tuned, guys, for the next for today and tomorrow for panels, news. Everything is going to be basically given up. Hopefully, we'll be hearing some more news from some more Image news. I really want to hear what Image are going to do. You know, I love Image comics, and
there's always something from Image. Oh yeah, I read Tokyo Ghost, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, when I first read it, I was like, But then, you know what? For me, I liked it in a way because it's that whole issue was like an introduction. Do you know what I'm saying? It was sort of like an intro to the characters in a way. So I'll be getting issue 2 to find out what really happens and what really transpires. But it was for me, it was a very messy book. I didn't really know what was going on until I went through it casually. Again, a lot to take in for me. Yeah, man.
All right, well, till next week.
Yep. Catch us next week, Thursday. Catch us next week, man. We'll be here.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
All right, cool, man. Take care, everyone. Enjoy. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.